Hi class, we need to take a look at example 3. In example 3, all it's asking us is to solve the equations. So before we jump into the problems, let me actually quickly review the rules. And the rules in short basically say the following. So I'm moving all the way to page 1. And here's the important part of the rules that we're actually working with. The idea is to maintain equality within the equation, and if you subtract or add a value, it has to be done from the both sides of the equation. Same idea if you end up multiplying or dividing, as long as you're not multiplying by 0, both sides of the equation get multiplied or divided by the same value. So let's move on to the first problem on example 3. And the first problem simply says negative 81 is equal to negative 9x. And what I'm going to do here is, well, since the main objective is to express it as x is equal to, I'm going to solve for the x by dividing by the first value of negative 9 and then technically negative 9. So our next step is actually going to read negative 81 divided by negative 9 is equal to x. And let me just take this one step further. The division of those two is going to be 9. So 9 is equal to x. And let me just rewrite it up here and express it in what we consider standard form. In this case, x is equal to the values of 9. That would be our main solution. That's actually it for example 1. Let's take a look at example 2. And in example 2, we have the variable of the x is divided by 7. In order to get rid of that division, we're going to have to multiply by 7. Multiply by 7. Now, let me rewrite it. So we have technically 7 times negative 8 is equal to, and then keep in mind that on the background, what happens here is that your 7s actually cancel out. So on the right hand side, we have technically x. And then in this case, we're going to end up with negative 56 is equal to x. Let me rewrite it in terms of the x's. So x is equal to negative 56. That's actually it for example 2. Problem 2, let's move on to the next problem, problem 3. And here, this one's technically almost done. Since you do have, and let me rewrite it so that you see it. You technically have a negative 1 times x. Let me rewrite it. So we technically have a negative 1 times x is equal to 5. And then all we need to do here is divide both sides of the equation by negative 1. And then express our solution as x is equal to negative 5. That's it for problem 3. Let's move on to problem 4. And problem 4, same idea as the previous one. Let me rewrite it. We technically have a negative 8 is equal to a negative 1 times x. And then here, I'm just going to be dividing by a negative 1. So we're left with 8 is equal to x. And let me just rewrite it in standard form. Standard form, I'm referring to the x first. X is equal to the values of 8. And that's it for this one. Let's move on into problem 5. And problem 5 is a little bit more complex. So let me approach it with the standard method that we would do any equation that has fractions. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rewrite the 9/1. You could group those, but it may just be easier to find the LCD of all the fractions. In this case, it's going to be 3. And then at this point, multiply by 3. So we're going to multiply the LCD times both sides of the equation. And what this is going to do is going to cancel all of the fractions. So just for this part of the problem, let me rewrite the original problem and then the multiplication of the 3. So technically we have 4/3 of n plus 9/1. This is equal to 1/3 of n minus 9/1. And then what happens here is that every element of the equation gets multiplied by 3. So technically by 3, by the values of 3 and by 3. Since we're technically multiplying by the LCD, your fractions are going to cancel. So the 3's cancel and we're left with the following. So in this case, this will be 4n plus 27. There's no cancellation on the integer because technically, well, 3 divided by 1 is 3 times 9 will be 27. And then on the right hand side, we're left with 1 times n minus the values of 27. And I'm just going to rewrite the 1 times n as n. And let me put the n's or the variables on one side of the equation. I like to keep them on the left. So let me subtract the n and subtract the n. The why I've put them on the left is because on all of your problems, you're going to end up putting the x value on the left hand side. This is so that you can read it in standard form, meaning you're reading it as x is equal to a specific value. So in this situation, we're putting the variable on the left hand side. So this is going to give us 3n plus 27 is equal to negative 27. And then at this point, let me put the constants on the right hand side. So subtract the values of 27 and subtract the values of 27. This will give us a 3n. This is equal to technically a negative 54. And then we're going to be dividing by 3. So on the left, we simply have the values of n. On the right hand side, we're looking at negative 18. That's actually it for this problem. I'll put the other problems on another video.